What is going on, guys? Bruce from What's Popping here, and we are back with another incredible episode. You may have met our guest over at Comic Con Cape Town very recently, or seen him on a little show called One Piece. He's here in South Africa at the moment, and we are joined by the one and only Brashaad Mayweather. Brashaad, how you doing, man?
Hey, what's up, man? I'm spectacular. I'm loving it. I have about a month left in Cape Town. The weather's starting to switch, but it got some hot, warm days, and I'm filming a Netflix show that's a South African show right now. So I'm happy about that. Life is good. No complaints.
That's epic, Brashaad. So, Brashaad, we just saw you now at Comic Con Cape Town. I assume it was kind of your first chance to interact with the fans since doing One Piece. Can you just tell us a bit about what that event was like for you to meet those guys, meet all of us in person? It was so cool to see you there.
Yeah, man, it was so my being my first Comic Con. That was a whole experience on its own. But then just being on stage with my other castmates and having so many One Piece fans there to hear what we had to say, and essentially they were there to praise us, which is like, oh, this is big. This is different. But I can honestly say from the beginning of my release of my character and people seeing the blue hair in a snippet of one of the One Piece commercial or promos, the fans have been on me every day. They're messaging, they're making different animations of me. Like it's been amazing. Like it's great just to be part of the family. It was cool to see more people in person, but as I walk the streets, people stop me. Oh, Patty. Oh, you're the guy from TikTok that plays Patty. Oh, Summer with the Guys, your movie. All of that. So it's been lovely.
That's awesome, man. I mean, the blue hair is so iconic, and it's such an important part of the character. When you go about, like, obviously you go through the auditioning process, you get cast, you get involved now. You've got this kind of inspiration from the anime and from the manga. How do you go about bringing that, to your part on screen? We're hoping to see a lot more of you in the future, but we got to see you on screen. We got to see this character finally in live action. How do you like take the inspiration and still bring your own Rashadness to the character?
So initially, for most of us, we did not know it was for the anime at all. They just gave us a character, a brief character breakdown, and then we brought to life what we felt from the different traits that they told us the characters had. So yeah, so I did that, and then later on, I only found out this is Patty, and I was like, okay, let me catch up and watch everything and see where he is, see what he does, and I'm like, oh, okay, I see why I ended up booking this role. So a lot of us had that. And then some people, I'm not sure if I knew during the callback, but I know from the beginning, I gave it to the casting director and she's like, I love it. I believe it. This is true. I'm like, cool. Like, let's go.
That's awesome, man. Because to me, it's like such a difficult thing to interpret because you have a comic book, then you've got an anime, then you got the anime that's been dubbed, and now you guys are doing live action. So there's so many different inspirations. You don't want to get too bogged down. Like you say, you still want to bring something to the board that the casting director says you're the one.
Yeah, and that's the blessing and the luck part of things. A lot of people are talented, but you're lucky when you just so happen to interpret a role the way that the people, the producers, the director wanted it. Because I did not know Patty previous. I knew like Zorro and some of the major characters, but I didn't know Patty. So it's just a blessing that I was able to interpret it in a way that came off like that. I am kind of a muscular built guy already. So
Yeah.
that definitely like, okay, he has this feel, he has the attitude, so that kind of it just worked in my favor.
Yeah. And I mean, speaking about that, being a more muscular kind of guy, as far as I know, you came into acting more through like an unconventional route, through athletics and then getting into TV and moving that way. What then prompted your move to come to South Africa? I think you came in 2018, if I'm not mistaken, to Cape
Yeah,
Town.
man, you've done your
Yeah.
research.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I came in 2018. I was going through a breakup, and I always see that there was big jobs filming in Cape Town, and I had never been to the motherland. So I was like, I want to come back, and then I also want to work. And then I came here, and then I was just supposed to be here for a month, but then I booked the job, and I was like, man, my rent is only like $400 a month, and this check is like 2,000 for a day. I was like, I might need to keep coming here. And then I started booking more and learning the lay of the land. So
Yeah.
it got me.
Yeah. And how has it been working here in South Africa? So a lot of South Africans kind of want to go overseas. They want to go to the States. They want to book jobs overseas. What has it been like coming the other way around? I mean, you mentioned obviously like the pay being like really good and the conversion's great, but what are kind of like the key differences you find working with South African cast and crew?
So I'll give you some honest pros and cons. What do you want first, the pros or the cons?
You know what? Let's go with the cons first. Let's build to the good stuff.
Okay, so the cons, you're going to get paid a lot less than America, and you're not going to get residuals. Um, yeah, going to get paid a lot less. You're not going to get residuals. In general, the parts are a little bit smaller. They don't always have the larger star. They get their stars from the UK and the United States usually. So those are like the cons. The pros are you still get an opportunity to be in major stuff that can pad your resume. There's a lot less actors here, and just in Los Angeles alone, there's 100,000 actors, and there's here in South Africa, there's 1,000. But all these projects coming here, so your opportunity to be seen is a lot better. And yes, the pay is not the same. Like in the United States, I'm a SAG member, and yeah, I'll get a lot more plus residuals, plus usage everywhere they put it. That's amazing. I absolutely love that, especially when I'm paying LA prices. But when I'm in South Africa, I don't mind being paid a little less, but I still negotiate the rates because I still have American bills,
Yeah, yeah,
you know. So I definitely negotiate the rates. The treatment is amazing in Los Angeles, and unless you're like a superstar in the States and period, nobody's picking you up to go to wardrobe. Nobody's picking you up to bring you to set, taking you home and dropping you off. Also, I love that we always have a trailer here. In LA, you may or may not have a trailer. If it's a SAG job, you're gonna have a trailer, but it just depends. And the people are a lot friendlier. Here everybody's a lot more friendly and open. The actors, there's way less ego. They're the big stars. You're not going to be hanging out with the big stars here. You can be with the stars of the show. Everybody's
yeah.
just together. They're one family. So I love the treatment of the actor here. And I don't quite agree with the pay, but I understand it. If they didn't drop the pay, why not come here? This is an opportunity for people of this country to work. This opportunity for productions that want to make the production quality better but don't have as big a budget to come here and film it. So I think it goes hand in hand, and over the years, I believe it'll get better
Yeah,
and
I think
better.
it's something we're all hoping for. And I was recently chatting with Sholto Copley about someone, he just did Boy Kills World here. And he was saying it's we really need people to be investing big amounts of money into South African film, South African cinema, because we know we have the locations, we know we have the talent. We just need to start getting the industry to buy into our country. And I hope that with shows like One Piece, with things like The Witcher being filmed here, we know for a long time South Africa is a great place to film. And I genuinely hope that people who come here, like yourself, and actually are having a good time enough. Because you kind of have to like compensate. We know you can't pay you as much. You got to compensate by hopefully giving you a good time and throwing in a
Yeah,
couple of bras and chilling on the beach a bit. And
and I'm telling you that's what got it for me. It's like, okay, that's the day rate. Okay, instead of giving me my residuals, pay me three times the day rate, scratch the residuals, give me a trailer, feed me good, pick me up, drop me off everywhere I need to be, pay me in a timely manner, make sure I feel good.
cool,
Cool.
done.
I'll take that.
That's awesome, man. And obviously it's really been really cool to see as well. While you're in South Africa, be giving back. You've got your charity, Kicks for Kids. Do you want to tell us a bit about that? How that's been running?
Yes.
And yeah,
Yeah, man. Kicks for Kids, that's like the biggest thing to my heart. That's like a personal project outside of entertainment. So when I came here in 2018, I there's a different level of poverty here that we don't have in America, which there's poverty everywhere. But there was a guy walking with a female shoe on and a male shoe on. That's not typical, and one shoe didn't even have laces. So I told him to meet me at Pep in the morning at 9, and he didn't show up. And then I was waiting around, and then I found out there was a fire in Khayelitsha that burnt the whole middle of the shacks. So I was like, let me go help out. And that kind of sparked my initiative. And I kept just giving the shoes. And then I was like, hey, let me make it a NGO. So then I did that. And then now we're at like 2,035 pairs of new shoes given away. And what was so prolific, I was talking to my girlfriend, soon to be
hey,
fiance. I was talking to her the other day, and she's like, how did you know about PEP? And I was like, oh, wow, this is amazing. My first store I ever went to from the airport, the driver told me to go to get a
mhm.
SIM card, and he took me to
Okay, yeah,
Pep. And that one Pep store is where I bought over
wow,
2,000 pairs of shoes. So hopefully Pep comes around to
yeah.
sponsor us, because it's like, that's a lot of shoes,
Yeah,
you know?
probably like the Pep's number one customer, right? Yeah, man.
Right. Like, come on, who buys 2,000 pairs of shoes?
So is there somewhere where people can get involved and help out and donate? You have a lot of stuff going on there?
Oh, yeah, yeah, we're definitely so the Instagram is Kicks for Kids SA. You know, or they could type in Kicks for Kids Brashad and they'll find us and they can send a message. And because we're looking to get more volunteers, foreigners who are coming in the country, we're offering 3-year visas for people to come in and do a rotational service through Kicks for Kids. Because glory to God, I've been financing it majority by myself, but it's a nonprofit. I should not be financing the nonprofit. It should be money coming in from other places so we can reach
Come
more
on, Pep.
people, you know, honestly. So, yeah.
Yeah. Come
Yeah,
on,
come
Pep.
on,
Come on,
Pep. Come
guys.
on,
Yeah,
you
we need to
know?
get some people involved, man. I mean, it's a really, really awesome it's a really
Exactly.
awesome initiative, and I've loved seeing your stuff on Instagram. And we'll drop all of that stuff in the link down below in this video. You guys can go check it out. Please go ahead, follow Brashad, follow Kicks for Kids, check them out, donate if you can, and just help out because it's a really, really awesome cause. And Rashad, it's really awesome having you, and I know you're on a bit of a run, a bit of a time crunch. One last question before you go. We've seen you in One Piece. We've seen you in things like Deep Blue Sea. Are you working on anything you can tell us at the moment you're working on? I know often you can't say too much.
So my biggest thing, I have this poster, this old this right here, Summer with the Guys. So that's a movie from the producers of all the. He produced Warren Zide, who produced all the American Pies, all the Final Destinations. He's the producer on this, so that can be watched. Summer with the Guys on. You can watch the uncut raw version. Basically, it's 4 college football players lose their scholarship, meet a female pimp, and she puts them to work. So you can watch that free on Afroland TV, the uncut version, or the edited the PG-13 version on YouTube, and then I'm on a Netflix show. It was a #1 show here in Netflix, a South African show. So for the past 6 years, I've wanted to be on a South African produced show just because the people show me so much love, man. On my TikTok, I think I have like almost 90,000 followers on TikTok. It's just Mayweather Live, but the people just love. I'm eating the little triangles. I think you call them
Yeah, yeah,
samosas, the
yeah.
moosas. You know, I'm eating the rusk
I saw
the
the
with
I
my
saw the braai
coffee.
happening the other night, and I was like, this guy is bringing Paddy vibes to the braai. I mean, how could you not cast him when
Yeah,
he's braaiing?
and that's what I mean. For the patty roll, I even wore my apron that I had made in Italy. You know, like yeah, I'm like I actually cook, I actually bride. So I really felt that that role would be me. And hopefully, you know, there's a flashback scene with Patty. We'll see if they flash back to it because they're filming 2 seasons, season
Yeah.
2 and 3, back to back, starting soon. So we'll see what
Fingers crossed,
happens.
man. We really hope to see you again. We're going to see you in so much other stuff. Obviously, the Netflix project you're working on now. Guys, I'll leave links to all other shows, to your IMDb page, to your socials in the description down below. You can go check out Brashad, follow what he's doing. And Brashad, thank you so much for joining us, man. It's been an absolute pleasure having you. Thank you for making the time. You're a legend.
No problem. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for your
Thank you,
time.
Brashad.